So we're with the absolute legend, Horace Brown. Can I just start firstly to say, did you dress British on purpose today?
I kind of not. I mean, I just, I'm going to put this on, you know what I mean? But I just love being in Britain and London. And
Okay, was that your British accent that you just tried just then?
No, actually, no.
Oh, it just sounded like it.
It did? Okay, I'm learning something.
I'm loving that. So how often do you come to England anyway?
I come very often, except for this, virus got us at home and locked up. But, that's why I made this trip, because I was like, nah, I'm not going to let this keep me at home. I'm going to go. You know what I mean?
Amazing. So can I ask you, is this your first performance since this whole shit year?
It's my first performance, actually, because since the virus, I didn't want to go around and endanger people and get endangered myself. And you know what I mean? So I'm just blessed to make it this far and get here.
I know, we're having a great time and it's amazing, but on stage, when you played your first track, describe to me the emotions. Because personally, even just being here, it's after the year that we've had, it's oh, yeah, I can't describe it,
I know, man. I was losing my breath. I was I was so excited. I was losing my breath, and that usually don't happen. I take good, breathing and.
Did you feel super emotional though?
I felt I was very happy. I was very excited to see the crowd. The crowd was more. To see such a crowd, that was just the most exciting thing. I haven't seen a crowd like that in a few years now.
I mean, we haven't seen a crowd like that for about 12 months, I think, maybe even longer than that. Let's be honest.
Out there, buddy. Get a good picture of that. That's a lot of people out there. And I'm just glad to be able to still perform for them and still entertain them, and for them to still want to hear those songs, So.
But you know what? Talking about that, walking around backstage and walking around in the crowd, everyone's been talking about you.
Yeah.
And they've been talking about sort of the first album that you were going to bring out but you didn't drop.
Yeah.
Titled Horace Brown. And then you actually brought out a second album, which is your first album, Horace Brown.
Yeah.
And a lot of people wanted me to ask you, are you going to bring out that first album that never got released? Because
I'm going to bring out a new album very soon. But I'll tell you this, I'm going to take what I feel like is something that I felt like the audience never got, that I feel like they should have gotten.
The first album?
I won't say the first album.
Okay. Do you feel like you moved on from that?
A lot of records, I'm telling you. I've done many records that public never heard.
It happens,
so even
isn't
from
it?
that, I'm working on new records, but even at that, I'm thinking of releasing some of the records that haven't been released before.
Yeah. And there's so much new upcoming talent. Have you been keeping an eye on all these new artists that are coming up?
It's hard to keep up. Is there
any specific artists that you look at and think, I'd love to do something with them, or I'd love to work with them?
Yeah, I do. I think there's a few of those artists, but their names escape me for the moment that I'm
obviously on your Spotify or your iTunes, you hear it and you're like...
And that's the worst part of it, because some records and some of the artists that I do love of this day and this time, and when it's time to mention them, their names kind of elude me.
Do you know what?
And I'm like, oh my God, this ain't like the 90s.
But the thing is, I get that. I'm a DJ and a presenter and I work on radio, and I never remember artist names ever.
I'm losing the names. I'm like,
you're not the only
record?
one. Don't worry, you're not the only one.
I mean, of course there are favorites, you can't go without Jodeci and Mary and from that era.
Yeah.
But for the new school, there's just so many of the new school that are going out now that I'm not keeping up with them, because I'm always listening to old school channels.
Yeah.
And so when they play the new school, I'm only hearing it, and then it's gone.
But why do you think
the women are dominating right now. The women
I
are
like that.
The women are you're dominating the microphone, and we want it back. So we're going to have a discussion.
Sorry, you want it back? Sorry, what? Sorry, what?
We want it back, ladies.
Sorry, no.
You're killing us in the microphone, ladies.
The
great singers out here right now. These young ladies coming up, they're really killing it with those vocals.
It is good.
I'm just saying.
You should maybe team up with some women and do something.
Yeah, I know. I mean, you gotta love it.
No, absolutely. I wanted to ask you a question, actually. So I know for a fact you were passionate about basketball when you were younger.
Yes, I certainly
If you look back at your career right now and you think, the musical career that I've got right now and basketball, do you regret that decision of?
Oh no. I think everything happens for a reason.
It does indeed.
So I think I'm where I'm supposed to be, and I'm doing what I'm supposed to do.
Exactly, and a legend. So
yes.
lovely to speak to you.
Thank you so much.
And again, the outfit, British. High five to that.
Yeah, British, okay.
We'll sanitize after.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so
Thanks
much.
for the love, all right? Peace out, Media Spotlight.